kind of like oatmeal. Looks gross, but it's just some organic oats, peanut butter, and banana. Yep, it's like 10 o'clock. I've been up since like 5:13. So, this is really weird. I feel like I haven't done like a sit down video before. But so this is how I lost like 120 pounds. I guess I'll start from like childhood. So like I have always been a bigger girl since I was a kid. I was a big kid. I was chunky. I was not ever skinny. I wasn't even a skinny 4-year-old. I was always, chunky. And all through elementary school, middle school, high school, I mean, I was constantly made fun of. I was just telling a story the other day at work. Like, I would get off the bus in high school, and like kids from the other school that like our hill was like divided by 2 counties. So like the kids from the other school that got home before me, they would like scream out of their windows like wide load as I'd walk down the street. And like my last name is Babs, but kids in like elementary school called me Shelby Fat all the time. Like, I know that's like crazy to like remember and talk about like being made fun of so long ago. I'm almost 30, but it seriously just like sticks with you. Like it just does. You're traumatized by it. It like shapes who you are, being made fun of. And those were only 2 instances out of a million. So anyway, always been a bigger kid, and family would always make jokes like, we're just gonna feed you carrot sticks and yada yada, and I'm like, good, like, feed me carrot sticks, like, I like carrots. Like, when you're a kid, you're not making those choices, you're being fed. Like, I didn't go to the grocery store and buy goodies for myself. They were given to me. They were allowed to be given to me. And then once I did get older, I started sneaking food and stuff like that, which was always so like shameful. And then I grew up to realize like so many other people had those problems too. And I have one friend that I know in person that we relate to, and we tell our like food stories. It sucks, but it's like, it's reality. It happened. Especially I think when you deal with stuff as a kid, you get like sad and depressed, and food is always there. Food's comforting. It tastes good. So I think that when I started getting seriously big, I was always an active kid too, and for some reason that never like seemed to slow me down. We were always like playing, riding bikes, running around, like walking up and down hills. Like I was always an active kid. And when my pap passed away, I was like 11, and he was like, and my dad, like all my grandparents helped raise me, and they all died like from middle school to before I was even finished with high school. Like they all like started dropping like flies, and it sucked, and it was really hard. And my 7th to 8th grade year, I think I started staying at home and not going to my grandparents' house, and being with my cousins and being outside. So I really packed on weight my 8th grade year, like bad. And then always big through high school. And then after high school, I have like a really weird pain in the back of my head, like right here, and it's like concerning me because I never get headaches or anything, so I don't know what that's about right now. Anyway, so after high school, my mom, for like Christmas one year, it was maybe a couple years after high school, she decided to get me
a Weight Watchers membership.
This pain in my head is like freaking me out. Like, freaking me out. Oh my god. Like, it hurts really bad right now. Why? Oh my god. I mean, do you even get headaches right there? I feel like my brain's about to explode. That's like scary. Anyway. Why is this happening? Okay, anyway, I had to like, I hope it's subsiding. So, where was I? So my mom got me a Weight Watchers membership. They were having like a special thing for Christmas time, and she actually went with me. So I was like, I might have been 21 by then. Okay, it's a few years out of high school. And I remember I weighed then at 242 pounds, point something probably, but I was 242 pounds when I was like 21. I was single, I was living at home, and for the first time ever, I felt like I could actually lose weight, like for the first time ever, and it was before I even had like the app on the phone and stuff like that. Like, they had little like pamphlets to like write down, like log everything you ate and stuff and track your points, and I got a gym membership, and like I felt so good, and I was doing so good. I even like changed my whole room, I repainted it like a whole new like me. I lost the 42 pounds. I got down to literally 200 pounds, and then I met a dude. I met a stupid guy that, and you know, I had always been made fun of, always depressed, always like hating myself, and this guy was like, attractive. He was an attractive guy. Like, he's interested in me. Come to find out, he's a crazy, lying, stupid idiot. Like, he was seriously missing brain cells, and I'm like, oh, he's so cute, you know. And then he like lied to like, oh, I like this, like pretending to be in the same like interests as me, and like lying about having a license, and had a DUI, and he was going to be getting his car back in April, and it was like January, late December, early January, and he was going to be getting a car soon, and I would drive him around. We worked together, actually. I met him at work. Come to find out later, he did not have a DUI, he never had a license, he doesn't have a car, and he became very controlling and abusive to me. And I stayed with him for about 3.5 years, and it was the worst, the worst, the worst, the worst, the worst. And I was too, like, insecure to realize these things. And it's so, 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 so sad to see women just, like, deal with things that they don't deserve because, you know, they're insecure and they feel like no one else will love them and whatever. And I've come a long, long way from that. But when I was young, that's what was happening. So he didn't allow me to go to the gym. I got fired from my job, actually, because of him. Like, so many things. But, so we ended up moving out of my house. Like, we would stay at his grandparents' is where he lived, and then I stayed at my house, but he was always, like, with me. Like, I could go back and strangle myself, and everybody tried to tell me, and he, you know, I mean, you have to just go through things sometimes. And also, they didn't know how badly I was being threatened. Like, he would threaten my family, he would threaten my friends, like, to me, like, he will kill them, like, he will have his buddies, like, beat whoever up, he will have somebody beat my mom up, he will threaten me, threaten to kill me, threaten to kill himself, like, choke me, like, ridiculous. Anyway, so when we moved out and I moved in with him, I didn't have a job. My job was literally to tote him back and forth to work. He had a good job, so he made enough money for us to live on. But, yeah, I ended up, I mean, I was so depressed. I was so alienated, and I gained 60 plus pounds back. Like, I think my highest weight ended up being, like 260 something. And then finally, I was like, I couldn't take it anymore. I mean, it was terrible. We fought every day. I cried. I cried so many tears, I just don't even know how I can still even cry because it was that bad. But, he, of course, my dog always wants to play when I'm trying to film, like, never fails. And when I get on the phone, and when anything with the phone, if the phone comes out, the dog's like, hey, what about me? And I'm like, I've been sitting here for 15 minutes and you've been over at the window. But anyway, what am I saying? That ache
Is back. It's freaking me out. Okay.
Lord Jesus.
Okay.
I don't even believe in God, but anyways, so again, on my way back, you know, I cannot even believe, I wonder where I would be had I not got with him, like, had he not walked into my fucking life, and it felt like fate. I was coming out of the gym, and I was talking to my friend outside in the gym parking lot about him, and how I had a crush on him, and then he literally came walking along the alley with headphones on, and I was like, this is fate. And then he was like walking to his friends. I offered him a ride, and that was it, you know. So anyways, gained all my weight back, just hated everything, hated myself, just like, it was bad. So then, finally, I was like, you know what, I'm going to beauty school. Like, I am going to do this for, like,
Fuck you.
you're not going to tell me what to do anymore. So I enrolled in beauty school, and we made that work. I still was, like, taking him to work and doing
All that.
and he hated that I was even in beauty school and stuff. So that really, I mean, it really saved my life, and I met some friends who I still am friends with to this day from beauty school, and that was about 4 years ago. And so once I started going to school, just I think getting out and being more active, I started to slowly, very gradually lose some weight. And I probably lost about 30 pounds in, like, over the span of probably a year. So I got down to like 120, 130.
That was good and everything.
And then I went to beauty school, and then I left him finally. And I worked at Texas Roadhouse, so I worked there at night, like every evening practically, you know, like 5 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week. So I went to school, I got there at like 8, and I left at probably 3, and I got to work at 4, and then I worked from like 4 to 11, and, you know, wasn't eating that much, whatever, so I ended up losing some more weight from that, and I was constantly walking. I was a hostess, and did, like, not the greeter, but, yeah, a hostess. I just sat people, and I did to-go orders, and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, so I lost a little bit more weight through that, and then I met a new boyfriend I'm currently with, and I would like try to eat good here, and you know what I mean, like try to lose weight, but not actually like losing. Anyways,
So, like last year,
I got down to, I was like 200 pounds. Last March, I was like 200 pounds. And then I was like, you know what, like, just from like trying to be more conscious and everything.
actually trying.
And, you know, around January, we were going through a lot. Like, he showed some colors to himself that I didn't know existed. And it kind of put us in a really bad spot, and I was so depressed with myself too, and I was just like, you know what, this year, like, this is the year, like, I literally made up in my mind, I was like, this is the year I'm going to actually finish what I've been trying to do my whole life, like, finish this weight loss thing that I have been wishing and dreaming and hoping and everything for since I was a little girl. I've been like, when I lose weight and whatever. And so anyways, I made that decision, and then I was just looking this morning through like my MyFitnessPal, because I track everything on there. I joined the gym last March, and
The 29th, I weighed in.
in at 198.8. That was like the first day I think I made my FitnessPal account. And so I had lost like a couple pounds in a couple weeks since I started at like 200 on this particular part of my journey. And so I started tracking every day and like using my FitnessPal, and I got a gym membership, and like I remember the day I went to get the gym membership, and I was like feeling so shitty. I looked like shit.
I felt like shit.
I was so depressed and sad, and hoping that I would stick with it, and here I am, and I'm still going, even though
Like this last month.
has been the most struggle because of the holiday, December, and all that. But I maintained basically through the whole month, and I'm still working towards losing some weight. I need you to stop. Can I finish? Can I finish? Anyways, so the weight really just started coming off. I mean, consistency is literally key. Like, consistency is key
To anything.
I think, and I've learned that, and I've learned that like the biggest obstacle in your way is yourself and in your own head. Like, it is so true, and I need to start applying that to other things in my life, and I'm working towards that. I have a lot of goals and things, and so I am down to 148.8. My lowest was 147.8, I think.
So my lowest
Was like, I'm down to 148.8. My lowest was 147.8, and then so I'm only up like a pound from Christmas time and everything, which is good. I did go up to like 150, but I dropped it already, so I can't even believe that I'm doing it and that I've done it, but it stinks because I still feel like, I still feel like myself. I still feel like I'm a 200 plus pound girl, and it's weird, like, I wear a lot of off the shoulder stuff now. Like, I've never seen my bones. Like, I've never seen a collarbone, and people were probably, like, I always think the worst, and like people are judging me or whatever, but it's like, I grew up on like loving punk rock and shit, and it's like you're supposed to not give a f what people think, and that was my mentality, and that really got me through so much, like growing up, just being, I guess, different, like, and also it made you feel like, well, they can't, like, they're not looking at you thinking you're fat, they're looking at like your crazy makeup and your crazy hair and your whatever, you know what I mean, like, made me feel more comfortable in my skin, and also finding out who I am and what I like, because growing up, before, I think when I was like 11 years old, I discovered, this is like a whole other thing, but I discovered Good Charlotte and the song, the anthem. When I was 11 years old, I was in the shower, we had a shower radio, and if you don't know, the lyrics to the anthem is like, I'll never be just like you, and like, it's like, go to college, a university, well, I don't know, anyways, it's just like, be yourself, and like, you're out of step with everybody else, and that is what got me into punk music, even though I know Good Charlotte's not punk rock, like, please don't come for me, I know that, I was 11 years old, calm down, and I was like severely made fun of for, you're a poser, like, my sister, who's 11 years older than me, would call me a poser. Like, you are in your 20s, I'm 11, and I like Good Charlotte, and I'm sorry. Like, I just don't even understand. And like, anyways, it really opened my world to, I would feel so left out, like, because I didn't have limited 2 stuff like that, whatever was popular. I wasn't like my friends I grew up with that were like actually fucking mean to me. Because I was fat and like didn't wear Aeropostale and Abercrombie and all that dumb shit, and which now I'm like so glad I didn't. Like, it's crazy when you grow up and you start to realize things, and like, I didn't have, like, that didn't matter, like, it's so stupid. But anyways, and now I feel like I really am at the point where I am finding myself, and I'm still like not 100% there, but I'm like getting better, and I'm getting there, and um, like my mind has expanded so much, and I have got into reading this past year, like this past year, through the weight loss, and has also just the past couple years have been almost like a revelation a little bit, and I'm like trying not to get emotional, but anyways, I know that's like kind of off track. But then also with weight loss, like I was looking at pictures of myself, and I'm like, I just looked full, like I looked stuffed. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying, like, I look at other people and I'm like, you're beautiful at whatever, but I never felt like that, and I still don't feel that beautiful. Like, I feel better, but even like looking at myself, I'm like, I still see like the old me, and I wonder if, and then sometimes I see like this new girl, and I'm like, I feel like I look better, but do I? Like, I'm still like ugly, like, I don't know. But like, it's so strange, and then like getting hit on, and on very rare occasion it doesn't happen. It happened a couple times, and I was like, are you talking to the right person? Like, what? But anyway, but with weight loss comes a whole other side of horrors of loose skin, and I have no tits now. Like, I've been wanting implants since I was like 10 years old. Literally, I would watch like True Life, and like I remember being like 10 watching like True Life. I want to be a Playboy bunny, and I'm like, this girl like got these tits, and I was like, I just want tits so bad. Like, that's what I want. I've always wanted big boobs. I wanted to look good. But all I really, really wish I could do is just wear, I've always like wanted my go-to like outfit to be a black tank top. I wanted to fill it out nicely. Tan, black tank top, and blue jeans. That's all I want. But I can't wear a tank top because my arms are seriously huge. Like my arm, I mean, and I've seen so many other women who have lost weight and their arms are not like mine. I have seen so many other women that are like 300 plus pounds that lose weight, and their arms are not anywhere near the deflatedness as mine, and I'm trying to work them out, and it's like not, it's not, I need surgery, and it sucks. Even my thighs, like I have not one part of my body, like I have a fucking gobbler, like I have not one part of my body that isn't like destroyed feeling from the weight loss, even though it's better than being obese and healthier, which also health is like the main thing, you know. I'm like so glad that I feel healthier, I feel better. Oh man, I'm sorry. But like it sucks to have worked so very hard and like wished and dreamed. I cannot cry, I just did my makeup, but it sucks to work so hard and feel shitty your whole life to just finally get at a weight where you want to be, and you still like aren't there. Like you still feel so shitty about yourself, and you have to hide. Like I still have to hide, and that is like the very worst thing. I still can't wear a tank top, and now with my loose skin, like I always had like that bulge between my thighs, but like my loose skin now is like deflated, so I don't even know if I can wear shorts. Like it's like, and then I have no boobs, so I'm like, I mean, I have a tiny bit, but I also want to lose a little bit more weight, so like they're gonna go bye-bye, and I have like no money for surgery, and I'm also might be trying to move out of this house, and I'm just like, this has turned into a dark video. Okay, anyway, and I would 100%, like I would watch videos and be terrified of loose skin, terrified, and it does suck. I'm not gonna lie, it sucks. It really does. But looking, I would 100% do this all over again to be where I'm at now, as opposed to where I was before and where I've been. So that's something. Some like one tears will just take your eyelash eyelashes right the fuck off. Like, they need to bottle up tears and
make them like eyelash remover.
Two, you know, if they get too watery, it'll fuck my eyeliner, and then my whole eye's gonna be fucking black, and I have to go to the mall. But anyways, if you can even hear me because my dog and I are playing tug of war this whole video, that is kind of how I lost like 120 pounds, like my little story, I suppose. I guess I didn't give you much of like a, how, but the way it went, I don't know. Like I said, about to go to the mall. I have stupid returns to do. It's actually mostly my boyfriend's returns because he's literally so skinny and everything is so
Ginormous on him.
that he didn't fit into like anything. So I have to do that, and I also want to get some new clothes for myself. I have some gift cards, so I might make a video.
A little vlog.
If you will. So anyways, thanks for watching if you watched. Sorry for getting so damn emotional, but that's life. It's being emotional, and I'm an emotional person.
I just am.
I always have been, so always will be. Shit.
Okay, bye.